Well, hello there, and welcome to another exciting installment of Twin Flame Success Stories, where I show you that there are answers that work, solutions, the running and chasing with your twin flame. It doesn't have to be that way, guys. See, here's the thing. So, first, I was in your position, right? I met my twin flame. I did the dark night of the soul, the back and forth, all that bullshit with my twin flame. Now we're good. No running and chasing. Everything is fine. Also, I remember looking around on the internet for information about twin flames and being so fucking confused because there's a million different answers to the same questions. And, they're telling you to do all this weird stuff, the healing and the mirror exercise and yeah, I don't know, fucking clear your chakras. And I don't know if any of this stuff is going to work. And you're looking at me and you're going, well, gee, Kurt, you're just another guy on the internet. Why should I listen to you? Yeah, you're right. You're right. You should question me. I am just another guy on the internet. Well, guess what, guys? I am the world's #1 twin flame coach. I've personally coached over 7,000 twin flames. I've got a whole bunch of students that are married to their twin flame, in a permanent relationship with their twin flame, manifesting abundance. My twin flame is permanently in my life. And, if you ask me what's important, I'm going to tell you to listen to what I say about twin flames, which I'm going to cover in this video like I always do. I'm going to explain to you what exactly it is that I'm teaching you that's different and exactly how it is that it's different from everybody else and why what I'm teaching you makes sense. And I think that's what's important. But for some people, they want to see proof. Kurt, if your shit works, show me. That's legit. That's legit. Yeah, if my shit works, I should be able to show you, and I can. So I'm going to do both of those things in this video. First, we're going to cover these testimonials, new testimonials, and I'll do a few oldies too that I came across. And then we're going to talk about the teachings. I'm going to show you where you can start watching some free content and where you can access my paid content. So let's get right into this. So this first one here, actually there's several. This comes from my free masterclass. It is pre-recorded. You can start watching it right now. There is a link down in the description box down below. If you want to start watching it after you're done watching this video, you can do that right now. This is basically like where everybody goes wrong with twin flames, why most of the information you're getting on the internet about twin flames, right? Quote unquote, twin flames, twin flames. I'm talking to you today about twin flames. And then now that I know what I know about it, it turns out that it's soulmate advice. It's advice that has nothing to do with twin flames at all. It's just people think it's twin flames because everybody thinks twin flames is something that it's not. And we'll talk more about that later. I'm not going to get too deep into that right now. But that's kind of what this video is about, this presentation, this masterclass, like why it is everybody kind of gets this wrong, and thus why there's so much confusion on the internet about it. Well, anyway, I also put these testimonials underneath the video window for my masterclass. This first one here is from John. That's him and his twin flame. I took his course in January, and it will change your life. Well, thank you, John. I am now married to my twin flame. Need I say more? But I like the other stuff that he says. You can come here and read it for yourself. Tanaya, same thing. Kurt has forever changed my life. I took his course, watched it 4 times, followed it to a T, and a month later, my twin came in and proposed to me out of nowhere. And I got this testimonial, oh gosh, I think a couple of years ago. So they've been married for almost 3 years now, guys. That's pretty awesome. Rooksar, same thing. My twin flame and I are married. Francesca, kind of the same thing. My twin flame showed up and wanted to be with me. Gretel, she's married to her twin flame. Baya, she's married to her twin flame. And, if you keep scrolling, by the way, if you scroll a little bit lower, there's a bunch more like people that left testimonials all over my YouTube channel. And there's so many of these. It's unbelievable, guys. I'm going to show you, guys, there are hundreds and hundreds of these all over my YouTube channel. Okay. When we get to this success stories playlist, videos just like the one you're watching, if you haven't ever seen one of these, guys, my YouTube channel is jammed full of these. And they're all over my Facebook page too. This is the other one that we're going to get to in just a few minutes here that's on my Facebook page. They're everywhere, guys. This one here, this is a new testimonial. This is an older video, but this is a person who just left their testimonial a few days ago. This channel found me less than a week ago. This man listed in order everything I've experienced over the last 7 to 8 months, including the weird energy shit, right? That's what I call the Kundalini, and you're going to feel energy between you and your twin flame. I know that sounds like some cringy new age thing, but that really is a thing. I've begun to listen to his advice, my advice, right? And in less than a week, my twin flame are back in communication. Less than a week, guys. And all they're doing is watching the free content. And if my free content is that good, can you imagine how effective my paid content is, which we're going to talk about? And it's also not expensive at all, totally affordable. My paid content and extremely thorough. And I don't breadcrumb you and give you little bits and pieces. Next, Facebook. So this is on my public Facebook page. There's this post here. The purpose of the twin flame journey is to break down your ego so that there's only the real you left. And you might be sitting there thinking, what does that mean? We'll talk about that. We'll get to that. There's this testimonial that Dora left on my Facebook post. And here in the middle, she just puts it very simply. My twin flame and I are good now. So, and she took my paid coaching. She mentions my assistant coach, Brittany, in here, I believe. Yeah. So she's the gal that does the tarot readings on my YouTube channel on Saturdays and Sundays. And she's also my assistant coach. And, she's just kind of letting the way he explains things. It's not complicated. He tries to make it real simple. It made sense to me. I tried out his teachings and it worked. And that's kind of, what today's video is about, twin flame success stories. I'm trying to give you some hope. There are answers. Somebody cracked the code. Somebody did figure this out. You don't have to struggle anymore. My coaching works, guys, and it's easy to figure out why it works. And like I said, we're going to talk about that. Because like I said, what I think is important are the teachings. I think that's how you can tell that my teachings work, because it's the only thing that makes sense, the way that I teach twin flames. But again, some people, they like proof. There's a bunch of it all the time, all day long. There's this whole playlist. You can sit down and watch these 4 lovely ladies, Ruxar, Gretel, Baya, and Vanessa. And they are married to their twin flame, or Vanessa is living with her twin flame. I think it's Vanessa or Victoria. It's a V name. Vanessa? Victoria? I talked to so many people, you guys. I apologize. Her name starts with a V. I think it's Vanessa, but the blonde gal here, they're living together. The rest of these videos on this playlist, and I mean, I don't expect you to actually watch all these videos. I don't think you're going to. Maybe some of you do. I don't know. But the point is, you can. And when you do, if you do watch these videos, it's going to be the same thing, guys. It's going to be story after story after story, person after person after person after person. There are hundreds and hundreds of these types of testimonials all over my YouTube channel, all over the place. I mean, look at this. Just every single one of these people. Yeah, my twin flame came back. We're getting married. We're together. Everything is fine. No problems. Just all over my YouTube channel, guys. And I do reuse these thumbnails. You might notice these pictures, they look the same. but these are all unique individual videos. And there's anywhere from usually 3 upwards of 8 testimonials per video. And you are now watching video number 78. I've got one that I've got to add to this playlist still. It's showing 76, but last week was number 77. And then that's not even all of them. I've even got more testimonials on my website. So it's just, there's hundreds and hundreds of these, you guys. I've personally coached over 7,000 twin flame students. So speaking of my website, you come here, newworldallstar.com, scroll down a little bit. Here's these gals again, but down a little bit further, there's even more testimonials. Hannah, I joined the Introduction to the Journey. That's my paid coaching. After 1 week, my twin contacted me and came to meet me to talk. SJ, before I could even finish watching the videos, my twin flame came to be with me. Claire, within 4 to 5 weeks of practicing Kurt's methods and attending online calls, my twin unblocked me. Unblocked her. You don't even have a way to get a hold of your twin flame. They've got you blocked. You can't even talk to them so that you can have a conversation and ask them what happened or apologize or try to work it out with them. Nothing, no contact. They've got you blocked. You cannot talk to them. But I teach you how to do some kind of thing internally, right? Which is what everybody says that you should be able to do. You're doing some kind of inner work. And what I'm going to show you is that it's not work. You're not working on anything in here or changing anything in here. What you're doing is remembering that you're not what's in here. It's totally different from the healing and the clearing your karma and the mirror exercise and all that kind of gobbledygook. Like I said, we'll get into that in a little bit here. It's completely different the way that I teach twin flames. But still, there's something you can do to, by magically way of some force or something, get your twin flame to unblock you. You don't even need to have a conversation with your twin flame. And that is kind of the message that you seem to get from everybody. And it's not law of attraction. Technically it is. Maybe. I'm not so sure that it's law of attraction. I have a way of kind of explaining how that might be part of what it is, but we'll get to that in a second. I don't want to confuse you. It's really not that you're attracting something else to you. You're attracting you to you. Okay? Your twin flame is you. All right? And you just got to be really clear about what that is when we say you, like what is self, right? We'll get into that in a minute. But my point right now is, these people, their twin flame had them blocked. No way to get a hold of them. And guys, I hear that all the time. Jessica, same thing. My twin flame came back. Leo, same kind of thing. She took my course. Everything's fine now. Joy, same thing. Living this amazing life. And then if you come here and click on this button where it says, see more testimonials, see more testimonials. If you click that button, it takes you here where there's even more testimonials from people that, they weren't really comfortable leaving a picture. It's kind of like this, like you're going to get this on YouTube where it's, here's Lynn Clark. Maybe that's her name. But, people like their privacy, right? But still, that's a real person. And they're just everywhere. I don't have any control over who leaves comments on my YouTube channel at all, right? And so it's just so many. I lost count a long time ago. You guys, it's hundreds and hundreds. So if you're bored, you can come read these. I think you kind of get the idea. Here's another person, Carissa, her twin flame unblocked her. And this goes really far down. I mean, I don't think you can see the little scrolly bar thing on the right-hand side of my screen, the scroll bar, but it's pretty small, guys, because there's a lot. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be 100 on here, minimum. And that's just on my website. That doesn't even include all the stuff on my YouTube channel that we just kind of talked about. Now, let's talk about the teachings, because like I said, that's what I think is important. is why this works. And you can start with this playlist right here. See, here's the thing about twin flames. Everybody says this. Everybody says twin flames are the same soul, or it's like the soul splits, or you're the same soul vibration, or something like that, right? And that's true. You are simultaneous incarnations of the same soul. It's just reincarnation. And as a matter of fact, your twin flame is your past life. You might have saw that on my playlist here. And, if you want to know why that is true, how that could possibly be true and how that works, because that might be confusing. Sometimes I tell that to people and they go, what? I don't get it. Right? Like, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just, I don't get how that could be. Right. So just watch these first 2 videos on this playlist, Twin Flame Science. It's on my YouTube channel. You go to the playlists menu on my YouTube channel and you'll find all this free resources for twin flames. So these first 2 videos here, your twin flame is your past life and what are twin flames, those 2 videos go together, okay? And the reason your twin flame is running is called the second law of thermodynamics. And it is because of that that I was able to figure out, wait, they've got to be your past life. And just watch the videos. It'll all make sense. But I mean, if you get into a time machine and go back in time and you met whoever you used to be in a past life, right? Let's say you knew who you used to be in one of your past lives, right? Like reincarnation, right? Okay. You also had a time machine. You go back and you meet that person. Are you guys the same soul? Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think twin flames are? So there is a real explanation for this. This isn't just some crazy woo-woo, new age, hippy-dippy bullshit, guys. This is a very well-established thing called reincarnation, and you met one of your past lives. Time is not really linear. So you can reincarnate in all kinds of different places. In your next life, you could go into the future. Or you can go into the past. It's up to you what you want to do. You could go back 100 years and reincarnate there. So that's kind of the quick answer to that question. Now, where things get confusing for people is everybody's kind of telling you differently about what to do about your twin flame. Everybody's giving you different advice. Everybody's giving you a different prescription, like you got to do all this healing and you got to balance your inner feminine and masculine and you got to clear your karma and you got to clear your chakras and you got to do the mirror exercise and you got to find your life's purpose and a blah, 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 all the same new agey stuff that we hear, which, by the way, is all psychology and metaphysics. And that's fine, but that's got nothing to do with your soul, you guys. Your twin flame is your soul. That's why, remember earlier I was talking about how the big mistake everybody makes is to treat this like soulmates. Because if this person was not your soul, if you guys weren't the same soul, then that would be different. You could do healing and metaphysical chakra clearing exercises and this kind of thing, right? And that might help. Or you could sit down and talk it out with the person, right? It's a conventional relationship. It's my soul and your soul, and we are 2 people. We are 2 souls. We're not the same soul. We are different souls. But when that's what you're dealing with, yeah, you can sit down across the table and kind of talk it out with them. And maybe you've got some baggage, some psychological issues that you need to work through, healing, right? They've got some psychological issues that they could be working through. And if you guys work through it, then you might have a decent relationship, right? That's soulmates. That's always been called soulmates, which is a very subjective term. Soulmates. You could be a pet or a friend or a family member or a lover, right? And maybe it's true that you guys met each other 10 lifetimes ago and you keep reincarnating together, right? But with your twin flame, it's completely different. You are not reincarnating together with them because there is no them. Your twin flame is you. You are one soul. There's no them. There's another physical body, but that's you. That's literally you in one of your past lives. You're watching a replay of things you did in one of your past lives. So if you work this through the soul instead of the mind, do you think maybe your twin flame is going to stop rejecting you and they're going to want to talk to you again? Because again, most of the noise that we hear on the internet and YouTube about spiritualism is actually some form of like pseudo psychology, healing, clearing your inner childhood wounds. Guys, that's psychology. And I'm not saying that's bad. That's actually good stuff. I mean, if you're doing it right, there's like pseudo psychology galore on the internet, but that's true of anything. I mean, if you look at financial advice on the internet, you're going to get a bunch of bad advice. And then there's like one or two people that kind of know what they're doing, right? It's the internet. Everybody's kind of making it up as they're going along. But that's true. Like, people put the label spiritual on all of this psychological and metaphysical stuff all day long. Healing, clearing your karma, which again, that's not bad to do that if you're doing it properly, right? If you want to do healing, talk to a real therapist or a psychologist, right? Not one of these gurus on YouTube that are telling you that healing is spiritual. That's not spiritual, guys. That's psychology. So what is spiritual? What is the soul, the spirit? What is that? Well, it's consciousness, almost all consciousness. Consciousness is not thought. It's not emotion. Okay, that's spiritual. And by the way, I can even back up what I'm saying with the ascended spiritual masters. And I mean the big names, not some hooty hoo, fruity loop, whatever, like Archangel Michael or whatever shit, that you hear. Again, the dime a dozen. Nice people, great people. Really, I'm not trying to put anybody down or make anybody wrong or anything like that. But there's just kind of this free for all of information on YouTube about what spiritual even is. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like, Paramahansa Yogananda or Ram Dass or Eckhart Tolle or Buddha or Jesus or Krishnamurti or Alan Watts, right? Like the big recognized great spiritual masters, the enlightened ones, right? Everybody knows who those people are. Okay. What are they going to tell you spiritualism is? Consciousness. They're not going to tell you to do any healing. They're going to tell you you probably don't even need to do healing. The thing is, you guys, almost all humans on earth believe themselves to be a mind. So you're trying to understand me right now, right? You guys watching out there in the audience, right? You're trying to understand me right now as I'm explaining all this, right? No, you're not. No, you're not. You are not that which understands. You are the awareness, consciousness. You are the awareness of that which understands. Humans believe themselves to be this personality, the ego, the personality, right? I'm a mom, I'm a brother, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a teacher, I'm a truck driver, I'm a cook at a restaurant, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a whatever, it's trash man, I don't know. I've been to these places, I've done these things, I've had these experiences. I went to college, I didn't go to college, I have this knowledge. These are my political beliefs. I specialize in this area of study. My favorite TV show is this TV show. Memories, emotions, thought, right? Concept, thought, emotion. That's all the mind, you guys. That's psychological, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's what that is. Remember, you are body, mind, and soul, and the soul is who you really are. So when you do the thing that we call die, the body goes away, the mind goes away. What's left? Awareness, consciousness. the true self, the soul. That's who you really are beyond all that psychological stuff, all the memories. And the memories become a sense of self, a personality. And so if you were to ask most people in this community, who are you beyond the body? They're going to go, well, I'm a soul. But that's not what we do. What we do is we believe we are thinking, we are feeling. I feel happy. I feel sad. Do you? Because who you really are is beyond that which thinks and emotes. That's the soul. Again, this is classical spiritualism. This is authentic, genuine spiritualism, not the pop culture spiritualism on the internet, which is really psychology and metaphysics, which is all the mind. They just put the label spiritual on it. Okay. But it's psychology, guys. And again, I don't know why they're doing that. They're just confused. They're usually nice enough people. They mean well, but they're confused, guys. Okay. And that's, I mean, by far, I am not the only spiritual teacher who is pointing that out. You ask any of these modern day spiritual teachers, the recognized masters like Eckhart Tolle or Adashanti, who he's relatively recent. I think he passed away about 5 or 6 years ago. Or Rupert Spira, right? They're going to tell you the same thing. They're going to go, yeah, like I see it all day long. Everybody's always doing all these clearings and healings and stuff like that. And that's good. That's fine. You can do that, but that's not really who you are. That's not really spiritualism. And they talk about it all day long, right? Eckhart Tolle calls it the spiritual ego. People who think having a certain personality type is what makes them spiritual. They act a certain way, they do certain things, they engage in certain activities, they even dressing a certain way. That's not spiritualism, guys. Okay. Spiritualism is a remembrance of who you are beyond the thinking mind. And the mind is always trying to accomplish and do all these things, doing, thinking. I got to get somewhere with this, right? And what the master is going to tell you is you already are. You just have a case of mistaken identity. You believe yourself to be the thinker. And the thinker is what wants to accomplish something. It wants to become. And it can, because it's duality. And that's where the yin-yang symbol came from, duality, right? I'm here, I got to get there, right? I got to accomplish, I got to become spiritual. You don't become spiritual. You remember that you already are a soul. You are not that which is trying to become. That's the mind, you see. And here's the thing about this, you guys. You already are a soul. Guess who else is your soul? You see, the way I teach this is very, very different from the way everybody else is teaching it, isn't it? And is it any wonder that I have so many wonderful students, 7,000, you guys, that I've personally helped? So here's another free resource. Here's what I recommend. Start with the Twin Flame Science playlist. Watch all the videos on here. And don't just try to rush through, guys. If you're kind of in a bad way, you're still in a lot of pain, you're still searching for answers, and you want like a quick answer, like I need to watch like a quick 5-minute video or something, you're going to have to stop doing that. You're going to have to stop scrolling through TikTok. What you're going to have to do is unlearn a lot of stuff and relearn the good stuff. And that's going to mean sitting down and making this an area of study. Sit down and watch these videos and don't skip around and watch them to the end. You need to slow down and absorb this information. Study this information. That's why you'll notice some of these videos are a little long, and that's fine. You need to learn, my friends. You're going to have to put some time into this. Okay. You're not going to get the answer in 5 minutes. So that's the Twin Flame Science playlist. I recommend watching the whole thing. There's also this playlist, the True Twin Flame Teachings, and I'm even going to show you what gives me the nerve to claim that I have the True Twin Flame Teachings. I'm even going to show that to you, how you can tell. Here's my twin flame and I. Yes, the eyes look kind of similar, and that's true in all cases for obvious reasons. So, just kind of addressed every single question that I've ever been asked in this playlist. What do they go through? Is there a mission? This video here, Doorway to Union, I really like this video. If I was you, this is one of the videos I would definitely watch. Doorway to Union, which addresses, okay, why did I meet them? And if they're not the purpose, if meeting them isn't the goal, then what is the goal? And how does that translate to us being together, right? 3 types of twin flames. Spoiler alert, there's only one true type of twin flame, but there's 2 other ones that aren't really twin flames that you're going to see on the internet a whole bunch, right? So I kind of address all the things in this playlist. You can just kind of cruise through here and find the videos that you like. Definitely Doorway to Union. And also definitely, I would watch this video right here. Twin flames, separation consciousness, unity like union, unity consciousness, and detaching. So separation, union, and detaching. Why do we use those words? Why do we use those words? Don't you think that's kind of weird? By the way, there's another testimonial on here. Her twin flame unblocked her. Just saying. But think about it for a second. Why do we use those words? Don't you think that's kind of weird? Like, who does that? Don't most people, they're just going to say, oh, we're together, or we broke up, right? Why does it have to be separation or union? And what's up with detaching? Well, I addressed that in this video. The true twin flame teachings are right under your nose, you guys. Right under your nose. They're right in front of you. There's a reason we're using those words. They are not relationship statuses. That's the way everybody uses those words, but that's not what those words really mean. Those words came from the Zen traditions. They are states of consciousness, you guys. There's also my paid coaching, newworldallstar.com, the introduction to the journey for twin flames. It's very affordable. The average twin flame coach charges at minimum $1,200. I do not. And I also do not breadcrumb you. I give you everything up front. The video program is over 44 hours long, and I even have payment plans. I'll take the total package price and break it up into 6 easy to digest payments. And that's it. You get instant access to the videos, the coaching calls, and it's not $1,000 frickin' dollars. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do something about your situation. Don't just sit there and wallow in the pain and suffering. I love you guys.